Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Trading Table. This is Andrew. Join with me is Landon, and today we're going to be going over some of the biggest movers of the market, what to watch for tomorrow, and more. Looking at our heat map here for the S&P 500, we can see NVIDIA had quite another great day, and the market is definitely following NVIDIA here. Apple kind of lagged behind today, which is slightly surprising. Tech sector as a whole just doing great, all green, nothing really to worry about there. And I know you see that. Intel up 3.11%. Tesla also had a great day. Consumer services did great. McDonald's kind of leading that. Starbucks has been just doing really good recently as well, but they kind of did have a pullback today, which is not really that concerning. And we did have over, if I just double check real quick, if you give me 1 second, we had over, I think, what is that, 40? I have a huge list I'm reading from here. Over 40 stocks that had a new 52-week high today, which is great for the market, right? That is actually pretty insane. So the market, going from we might be in a recession to we're actually about to make all-time highs. And shout out to Landon for the thumbnail yesterday, right? That was a great thumbnail because we actually are very, very close to all-time highs, right? We're less than 1% off, $5. And judging from how SPY moved today, I think we're going to continue that. Obviously, one thing to note here is there is a pretty big gap to fill right in this area. So, watch out for a pullback back down to potentially the lowest point, I'd say like 543. But just anywhere in between this gap, just to fill this gap, keep the market moving healthy. As you can see, when we were coming up, there was very, very few gaps. Not really anything to worry about. But yeah, I do believe that on Wednesday, if we just double check real quick, Wednesday, yeah, we kind of rocketed up going from Wednesday to Thursday because of the data that was released on Thursday morning. So yeah, pretty decently big gap to fill right there. But if you also do kind of see something here on the day chart, right? We were never really in a downtrend. I mean, I guess you could say that this kind of broke market structure, but if you're looking at it on kind of a bigger scale, right? If we go out to maybe like the week chart, might see a little bit less manipulation here. Yeah, we're still in an uptrend, right? And even bigger gap to fill here on the week chart. I mean, look at that. That's pretty crazy. But yeah, market's moving really good right now. Definitely expect a pullback sooner or later here. I think we're going to run into some resistance around the previous highs, but until we get there, nothing to really worry about. And yeah, I'd love to be the guy that entered SPY off of this support bounce earlier today. I did have a nice little scalp trade with SPY, but nothing too crazy here. But nevertheless, look for some bullish opportunities, right? Market is overall super, 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 super bullish right now. The only thing green or red, well, if you can even say red because it's basically neutral, I can really see that's notable is Apple. And by no means did they have like a completely terrible day. If you remember, they were the ones kind of holding up the market for a while. So I don't know, maybe Apple, the buyers kind of got exhausted here and the bulls took over or the bears took over for a little bit. Nothing to worry about though. Still in an uptrend. If anything, today was just a pullback to push higher. And I'm sure Apple will definitely carry along tomorrow or the following day. NVIDIA is at 130 right now. If you remember, I was saying at around like 108. I was saying at 100. I was saying in this dip, buy NVIDIA. You won't regret it. Definitely not regretting it now. Long-term calls for this are just, they're doing insane right now. And the chip sector is definitely following. Intel is made a new high of, what time frame is this? About like month. Yeah, I guess you could say month. We're close enough. But Intel is about to make a new high of month. So that is a great sign from Intel. It shows buyers coming in. If you see here, we are definitely in an uptrend right now. So Intel is actually looking very, very good. Very, very happy with how this is moving. If you guys remember, that 1925 level is what we entered at into a long-term play. So it's great to see this Intel play turn profitable and holding itself up. As for a target price, I have a lot of time, and so does Landon. Anyone that playing Intel up to the upside should have a very, very long expiration, as keeping it short with Intel is not a good idea, as they did have the worst earnings report I think I've ever seen. So, just watch for a kind of recovery, right? Once again, we're not even like touching this gap yet. This huge gap we have that we need to fill. So, target price for me is honestly really high right now. It's going to be sitting around those 26, 27 area. So I'm not too worried about Intel at all right now. It's moving great. It had a peak today of 2163 before it ran into some resistance, and it finished at 2145. Yeah, but as I said, NVIDIA doing good is just generally good for the whole market. As if we kind of take a look here at NVIDIA and SPY, right? Not sure why my chart just did that. It should be synced, but they're not. Let's line them up. There we go. So NVIDIA and SPY almost correlating 1-to-1. If I had the names, you probably wouldn't really know what chart was which. So, just for right now, I'm looking to NVIDIA for my daily bias. Early in the morning, I'm not even really looking at SPY. I know some people like to get their daily bias off of, candles off of SPY. Right now, I'm just looking at NVIDIA. What is NVIDIA doing today? Does it look like it has potential for bullish run? Does it look like it's in an uptrend? Is SPY following that? So similar, like there's a lot of strategies where they look for kind of divergence in prices, and you can kind of do that with SPY and NVIDIA just because they correlate super heavily together. Yeah, Bitcoin is also recovering since yesterday. I think yesterday when I made the video, it was around like 58,000. We're sitting up at 60,000 right now. Might have been something that came out because those are some pretty big green candles. Looks like it's kind of pulling back right now, though. But crypto miners are also following this very closely. Riot had a nice day today. Mara had also a good day today. By no means is this a kind of volatile day for Riot. This is actually a super quiet day for Riot. So, Bitcoin always to the upside, right? I'm a huge bull on Bitcoin long term. I've got Bitcoin long term, and it will recover. It's just a matter of how high it'll go, right? And when. But I always see this one video on Instagram Reels of like this guy saying, okay, Bitcoin goes from 100, then to 1,000, then to 10,000, and now we're sitting at the 10,000. So I don't know. A lot of analysts predict Bitcoin to 100,000 by, I think, 2030 or sooner. It might be, I don't know. It might be, I don't know. I don't know the exact date. Kind of forgot. Not going to lie. Bitcoin, though, moving great. Crypto miners moving great. IWM is also moving great. As you can see, these small caps are kind of doing good here. Small caps kind of like, well, Intel's not really, Intel's a mid cap. Some small caps could be like, I'm trying to think of one off the top of my head. I have the name, but I kind of forgot it. Let me just double check real quick. Okay, so good thing I completely blanked there because originally IWM owned a lot of SMCI, but I have their holdings up right now, and it looks like they're not holding as much SMCI as they originally were. So that's, I don't know when they did. Oh, there it is. So it might have been today actually. But yeah, looks like IWM did sell SMCI. So this small cap ETF, its biggest asset that it's holding right now for 0.47% is INSM. So obviously small cap, right? But yeah, that's kind of where you should look. I originally looked at SMCI for bias on this. Well, honestly, here's the thing with IWM is it has so many holdings. I don't have the exact. Let me see. The exact number is 1,984 holdings. Okay, so it has so many holdings that you can't really look for a parent stock for IWM like with SMH, it's NVIDIA, right? That's like a given. With IWM, it's kind of like it kind of just does its own thing. You could kind of look at the obviously, market sentiment as a whole kind of affects IWM, but I wouldn't even say as much just because it's so diverse. So yeah, I kind of went on an IWM tangent there, but IWM has been doing great recently. The overall market is just doing great. China stocks are even doing great, which is just super surprising. I've been saying that for a while. PDD actually does report this week. When I pull it up on the earnings calendar, it's not there for some reason, but they do report this week. I believe they report the same day as Billy. Yes, they do. Now, is that in the morning? Is that in the afternoon? I don't know. Will TradingView show us? Let's see. It will. And it is in the morning. So PDD reports in the morning. So watch out for that. This kind of is what I watch to get sentiment on the Chinese market. That and BABA. So, if those two are green, most likely these ETFs will follow because they are kind of made up of these. JD also doing great. But let's go ahead and take a look at our economic calendar now, which is super quiet, but we do have some economic data that is coming out this week. So definitely stay tuned. So earnings this week, right? Super, super boring. Palo Alto did report. Looks like they're doing good. They, up 1.86%, and they're both green on EPS and revenue. So that's good. Obviously, not really sure what I've heard of BTBT. I'm not 100% sure. Wow. So they missed their EPS by 200%, and they're still up. So that just kind of shows you how earnings literally makes no sense. Lowe's reports tomorrow morning. Medtronic, really like a super, super boring earnings week. I'm not going to go too much into it, but yeah. Thursday, like I said, PDD is reporting, and I'm definitely not stupid because I'm not missing it. But yeah, PDD is reporting on Thursday before open. So, if you do trade China stocks, watch out for that. I'm sure that will affect the Chinese market. So our economic calendar for tomorrow is actually clear, but Wednesday we do have a Fed meeting at 2 o'clock. Other than that, we do have a lot more going on that week, but tomorrow, don't worry about it. Another beautiful trading day. Market, as you could tell, the VIX kind of went up this morning. Not too high. It did come down. When I woke up and looked at it around like 8 in the morning, it was around like 15.5. So, or maybe it was a little bit higher. Yeah, 15.5-ish. But yeah, it definitely declined throughout the day. And as you can see, when the VIX is low, the market, let's go to like a higher time frame. Can't really. When the VIX is low, the market just follows trends so much better. Like, look at that. We pulled back down, right? And then after that, it was just beautiful. Like, look at this. A clear trend, no break of structure, super easy to follow. This is just such beautiful trading. Like, I love low VIX. 13.5 to 14.5 ideal levels. We're at 14.5 right now. So tomorrow I'm waking up with a smile on my face and I will be ready to trade. But that's all for today, guys. Thank you so much for tuning into the Trading Table. It's been Andrew and Landon. Please be sure to check out our Discord for free. Link is in description. And we'll see you guys tomorrow at market close.